Hey everyone, Don Stewart, UAG member with Echo Means Business, here today to talk to you about snow removal equipment. So if you're just starting out in the snow removal business, it can be a bit daunting. There's a ton of different equipment out there, different levels, different brands, similar to the lawn and landscape business. There's just so much out there that's available to us that it's hard to know exactly what you do need. So you really do need to know what you're focusing on, and also just realizing that if you are just starting out in the business, you don't want to put a ton of money into your equipment when you really don't know what kind of business you're going to get, what kind of clients you're going to have, and how long you're going to be in the business. So all right, so if you're just starting out, that yellow shovel there is what I used to first start out, as well as the ice scraper kind of in front of it. The purple shovel on the left-hand side was amazing when we first started out doing some of the bigger driveways, etc. So super easy to help push around big piles of snow as you need to. And then this white one, actually, it's a little more pricey, but it's actually a fiberglass. It's actually what they use on hockey boards. But the snow flies right off of there. So some great options to start with. The white shovel there is a bit more expensive, looking at about $80 to $85 Canadian. But you can start with that yellow Grant shovel, is $25 at Lowe's. So a couple different options, and that's honestly how I first started out, was with the yellow shovel, the scraper, as well as the purple shovel there. All right, so now moving on to the leaf blower. The leaf blower was honestly a game changer for me when I first started using it. This is a BR700. The steel BR600 also works pretty well, and I haven't used the Echo 9010 yet, but I am excited to give that a shot this season. But these things are game changers. I can clear a driveway kind of in a minute and a half with these things. Super good for powdery, dry snow when it's super cold outside. I'd say 90 to 95% of the time, all I take out is a leaf blower, as well as one of these white shovels, in order to do the sidewalks and driveways. So huge benefit to your business. And the good part about buying a leaf blower for this kind of purpose is that you can also use it for clearing leaves, obviously, as well. So you're not buying a piece of equipment specifically for snow removal. You can also use it in other times of the season. So I think the BR700 is running about $700 or $800 Canadian, but definitely tons of different options that you can use for that. All right, so moving on to the last two pieces of equipment that we use for snow removal. So we have a Toro single stage snowblower, and then also an Ariens dual stage snowblower. So these don't honestly get a ton of use for our properties. It's honestly, a lot of the time, it's just easier to just grab a shovel and just use some labor to kind of get things done. But for those really big driveways, as well as super heavy snowfalls, they are super beneficial to have, but don't feel like you need to rush out and get them, because honestly, I use them, like I said, probably about 5% of the time, and I live in a pretty cold, snowy climate, but they're just not necessary. And considering taking it kind of on and off the trailer or the truck, it's a lot of the time, it's just easier to grab a shovel and just get going. So that's kind of a rundown of the equipment that we have, kind of starting from the biggest equipment on this end, moving down to kind of the smallest and most inexpensive equipment. I guess one thing to note, snowblowers, the Toros, you're looking at probably about $750 new to buy one of those, and then the Ariens, you can get them for about $1,500 to $2,000. That's in Canadian dollars. So that's kind of it, guys. That's the equipment that we have for our business. I don't currently have a blade on the front of my truck. It is something I've looked at doing for clearing parking lots and bigger driveways and that kind of thing. I live in a pretty big city, so there's a ton of just residential properties. The only reason I'd need a blade is more for commercial work, and I haven't got into that. You need to look into commercial insurance and all that kind of stuff if you get into that, and that can get a bit pricey. So you got to kind of weigh who your clients are and that kind of thing. In our case, we're pretty much strictly residential with one commercial account. So, and that's kind of an old house that's been turned into an office. So don't really need to have the need for the blade, but it is a great option. And I know in a lot of the US states, that's huge for your business, and you can help generate a lot of profits for you. So that's kind of it for today, guys. Make sure you check out echomeansbusiness.com, download the app to your phone. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Have a good one.